Hello, it's me again, or not again. This might be the first video of me that you've seen. This is my third attempt at making this video because I keep getting a little rambly, getting off into theory territory, which maybe not everyone's into. So I am going to try to show you as succinctly as possible the two main forms that I use on baritone ukulele for playing dominant 7 chords. And you will just see that written as like C7. If it's just a letter name and a 7, that's a dominant 7 chord. So the two shapes I'll show you, my examples are going to be a C7 and a G7. In the last video, it was a C major 7 and G major 7. So the first form is C7. I'm barring across the 5th fret with my pointer finger, and then I've got my middle finger on the 6th fret of the E string. So it sounds like this. And in this shape, our root is played on the G string right here. That's the root. That's a C dominant 7 or C7. And if you wanted to play a D7, you would just need to move that shape up 2 frets. D7, E flat 7 would be one above that. B flat 7 would be barring across the 3rd fret. A7. You get it. So the other shape is what I would use to play a G7. And I showed you in the last video, a G major 7 is like this. Got my pointer finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and then I'm barring across with my ring finger, and that's a G major 7. So for the G dominant 7, or just G7, we're just going to change this a little bit. So I've got my pointer finger on the 5th fret of this lowest string. I've still got my ring finger on the 7th fret of the G string, the next string. Then I'm going to use my middle finger on the 6th fret of the B string. And then I've got my pinky on the 7th fret of the E string. So it sounds like this. So if I were playing the G major 7, I'm just laying my ring finger across, so I'm really just moving this note down here. So that's 5th, 7th, 6th, 7th fret. And that's a G dominant 7. And our root is right here on the D string. If you wanted to play an A7, you would move it up 2 frets. If you wanted to play an F7, you have your pointer finger on the F on the D string. E7, E flat 7. So you can use this shape anywhere on the neck. And those are the shapes I use for dominant 7 chords.